everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? What's good on a Sunday night? It is Sunday Night Sports Heads. Let's not hesitate. Let's bring the man in himself. It's Andrew. Come on, y'all. What's up, Andrew? How you doing, buddy?
I still love it.
You still love that sound droid? Well, that's all you. No wonder you love it. Well, we got one more bro backstage. Let's bring him in. This is all we got right now. He's the bro you know. He's our friend, the prop master, Scott Fitzpatrick. Yeah, Scott. And people. What's up on a Sunday, everybody?
Did you watch any football today?
I didn't get to. I couldn't. I didn't have time.
I thought I saw that your Denver quarterback scored his first touchdown or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
They whooped ass.
Really?
Whooped ass, Andrew?
Yeah, they won today.
They won.
All
Well, that's
right.
why we're here. We're here to talk about sports. We're here to talk about our favorite sports stories from this past week, and we'll keep you up to date on what we know about the live scores about the games going on tonight, y'all. So what's good on a Sunday
Dude,
night?
I wish Hackride would get off his ass and come back.
Ooh, get up.
Doing it.
Get off. You heard him, Hack Ride. Get off your ass and come back. We know you're looking in. We know you love some Andrew. How you doing, Hack Ride, or whoever else is looking in tonight, man? So we got some stories to talk about, Andrew. So yeah, we were talking backstage about what's going on with my Ravens today, Andrew.
They are whooping that ass right now.
You got the update? What's the quarter and the time and all that?
That-
I had to walk away to do this.
Dak just snuck it in though.
Oh, did he? Scored a touchdown finally?
Yeah.
A little bit
I
to save.
think he's the most overpaid quarterback in history.
Well, that's interesting you say that, Andrew, because remember when Ezekiel Elliott signed his big extension when he was still with the Cowboys and he kind of choked after that and he ultimately ended up getting released, right?
Yep.
Now it almost seems like the Dax is doing the same thing. It's like as soon as these guys get these extensions, what do you think's with that, brother?
They get too comfortable.
They get too comfortable. I tend to agree with that, buddy. I do agree with that. Let's check in on some of the sports scores right now, buddy. I'll look up the some NFL standings. So yeah, you like you were saying, Ravens were finally winning against the Dallas Cowboys. That game's kind of still going on, finishing up. But I was happy because the Steelers are 3-0, buddy, in our division. We got to keep up with them.
I swear, Fields is legit. I'm sorry.
Justin Fields, he's 3-0 as the starter of the Steelers?
Fields is legit.
Yeah.
I think the Bears are a bad situation, badly coached team, badly coached everything.
Yeah.
That's why Caleb Williams is playing dog shit right now.
Yeah, even going back to Mitch Trubisky. I mean, they've had top draft picks in Chicago, Andrew. It's not like they haven't had top picks and top guys, but I think it's by the management and the coaching, right?
They're just horrible.
They're just horrible. They're horrible and they have no luck on top of it.
Like I said, as soon as Justin Fields left Chicago, they got a scheme around him.
Yeah.
They got tools around him,
Right.
around his skill set. Now he's playing well.
3-0.
Finally.
There you go. I think you make a good argument for that, Andrew. It kind of backs up what I was saying, that they get a lot of draft picks, but if they're not on a good team that's coached well with a good scheme, then what good is one or two good guys? But now he's on a team like the Steelers with a lot of good guys around him, and he's shining a little bit. So you're not wrong about that. You're not wrong about that.
I don't mean. I'm just being serious. I know it's the Steelers, man, but I'm just telling you what I see.
All right.
That's why Justin Fields' planes sucked when he was in Chicago.
Yeah, it was the team he was with. Maybe it was more the team than Justin Fields.
He had no supporting cast, no defense.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder why he was so bad.
Well, let's see if your prediction stays true, and if he's on a good team, let's see how far he can go with it, Andrew. But Andrew, so I know a lot of people are probably watching this show tonight on the Andrew the Giant 96 channel, right?
Yes.
That's right. Well, we're coming to you from my BF Live channel. We're on Rumble on BF Live. We're on my Facebook, and we're on Andrew the Giant 96 tonight. But Andrew, you also have another channel, don't you, my friend?
Yes.
Yes. Tell everybody about that channel.
No Filter Andrew.
And what'd you just have last night, buddy?
We had our 200th episode.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Andrew is killing it. 200 episodes, Scott. I assume did you make it for that and take part in that?
Yeah, and we got to watch Jerry Shepherdini rip out all of his balls hairs.
Bull's hair. So how did that go up, buddy? I imagine there was alcohol and wax strips involved, maybe.
God, I wish you were there for it.
Yeah.
We needed your soundboard for the laughs.
Oh, did you?
Even when Jerry was waxing his pubes, I was like, damn.
Speaking of you.
Fucking done.
Yeah, that's a little creepy there, Scott. Yeah. When I see a man wax their pubes, I was thinking directly of you. I don't know how I should feel about that. So did it go as planned, Scott? Did it so Jerry Shepherdini is a Scottish ginger guy, and for the 200th episode, congratulations, by the way, is what I'm getting at, Andrew. That's no small feat, buddy. You got 200 episodes under your belt on your No Filter channel. So did he rip all his pubes off? Did he turn quite red, Scott? Like, did he go?
Yeah, he started with, if I remember right, he started with his chest, but he kind of looked like he did 2 or 3 swipes on the chest, and he kind of was getting mangy looking because he just, there's bald spots and there's not bald spots. So he's getting that mange look. But then he ventured down into his groin area.
Ugh.
And I'm not sure how far in there he went, but he did some. Oh, and some of the tugs, he didn't get a good grip, and it just kind of, left it. He had to take a couple of tugs at some of it.
Oh, damn. Well, it does remind me of something, Scott. Let's see what folder that's in. It's in.
He got his armpit too.
You got his armpit too. Yeah. It reminds me of when Richard Christie. He's the only ginger I've ever known of that kind of did anything like that.
He's my.
Let me see if I can find Richard Christie, because I have a little bit of that. Here we go. I hope this is one edited. Here we go. Edited. I'll show you a little bit of this. There you go. It's not Jerry Shepherdini, but look.
Wait. Let me ask something, Nora. You're about to do his balls. Yeah. Is that going to be horrible pain?
Yeah, it's gonna
we'll see.
She don't have
I had to put the Morocco in front of it. Remember, Scott? Today.
Yeah. He's one of them guys that laughs at pain.
Oh, a minute. One person. There you go. So. So there you go. There's another famous waxing. So I guess it reminded me of that one. But so congratulations once again on 200, Andrew.
That was from Howard?
Yes, that was from Howard Stern back in the day. Yeah. That was Richard Christie getting waxed, getting everything waxed. Remember, we not even remember that, Scott, when it happened, but we covered that on my show BF Live, didn't we?
Right. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Ass.
He did everything, bro. Yes. He did everything. All right. Well, I know we got lots of friends here as always, guys. So why don't we check in and see what they're up to? We go right to the top, and Gimme Besos says, "Hola, everyone." Hola, Gimme Besos. Happy Sunday and welcome to the Sports Heads. Hola, I say right back to you. Matt says bones up to me, and I say in return 666, Matt. Shout out to the PCL Nation. Love you guys. Fuck yeah, Andrew. Hashtag pimp of the nation. What do you got, buddy? You got an update? What are you reacting to?
Dallas Cowboys are marching.
Are they? How much time's left in the game, Andrew?
7 minutes.
Damn, that's a lot of minutes left there, buddy. See, I walked away from that game. They were doing quite good. I guess I was the jinx, Andrew, and I walked away because they were winning quite good. But now I'm over here doing sports heads. So keep me up to date on my Ravens, buddy. F the Raiders, says Matt. Wait a minute. Just because they got a little beat on today, you turn it on them that quick, Matt? Oh, shit. Let's see. Scott says, brother Matt, the best damn mod in the game. That's right.
Dude,
yes.
You should see my hidden thing on.
Your what?
Hidden people from my channel. Matt's been taking them all out.
That's funny. So Matt is not having it, huh? Matt's not only regulating on the Scott Fitzpatrick channel, but he's regulating on Andrew channel, and he's shutting people down, huh? Shutting fools down, Andrew.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I don't like your uh-ohs, Andrew, because they don't mean nothing good for me.
Oh, jeez.
Give me the bad news, buddy.
18-28 now.
Oh yeah, Dallas is within 10 with like 6 minutes left. That is not good. That is not good. I was
They were getting like literally flobberknockers to begin the game.
Well, I would say the Ravens have to play a whole 60 minutes, Andrew. That's been their problem in the games they've been in, you know, like against the Raiders and shit like that, you know. Matt's giving you the love there, Scott.
Brother Matt.
Just a guest checking in with the Buffalo emojis, using them on my channel. He's a member on BF Live. Hey, join me tomorrow, 12 o'clock East, every day of week. Matter of fact, Scott joined us. Matt says, just bones up. Kahuna Nui checks in and says, how about them Vikings? Hey, Kahuna, thank you for the super chats and the birthday love and all that.
I have to say, Sam Darnold is looking like MVP.
Right, so he's another guy that you can make that argument, like much like Justin Fields. Sam Darnold, originally a top draft pick, first-round draft pick of the Jets. Jets classically suck, notoriously suck. What's he go to? So where did he go after that? Carolina, right?
Carolina.
He was Carolina.
They fucked him up.
Yeah. And so now he's killing it with the Vikings, huh?
3-0.
3-0. There you go, buddy. So that goes toward your argument that maybe it's not the guy, maybe it's the team sometime, right? Put a guy in a better situation, and he might do good shit.
Because O'Connell over there is one of the best offensive minds in the league.
There you go. Getting around good coaches. You proved your own argument on the show already, Andrew. Mason Boulware checks in and he says, hi, guys. And to that we say,
oh, hey guys, how you doing?
How you doing, Mason? I see Mason is joining us from the Andrew the Giant 96 channel. This is Andrew's sports show. We do on Sunday nights when we can. The sports heads. Thank you. Join us, Mason Boulware. Happy Gosling checks in and says, Elegant Elliott Dolphin says, the Jacksonville Jaguars, right? They had the least scoring fucking offense in the nation, right? Says Happy Gosling. How you doing, Happy Gosling? I don't do it as good as Shuley does.
Did they even play this week?
The Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, who did they play? I saw the Jaguars score. They play. I hear it coming in backstage. They're 0-2. I don't know. Well, maybe do they play tomorrow night? Let's see. They play tomorrow. Yeah, they play tomorrow against the Bills at 7:30, Andrew. It must be one of those early doubleheader Monday night games or something. Hey, Andrew, let's talk about tonight's Sunday night game. Do you know what that is, buddy?
Can we also mention CJ Stroud got his ass whooped?
I didn't know that, buddy. But before we talk any further, let me bring him in because I believe he's ready now. He's our bro, you know. He's our West Coast correspondent and our friend, Bone Loads. Booyah.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, buddy? We're just catching up, talking about the NFL goings on today and everything so far. The Ravens were doing good, but Andrew's updating me, letting me know that their Dallas is they're catching up a little bit.
Oh, a good one out there.
Yep. So we're just talking about all this and that. We're talking about how Sam Darnold is doing well with the Vikings now. We're talking about Justin Fields is 3-0, and Andrew makes a good argument that maybe these were good players that were in bad systems.
Yep, exactly. Malik Willis.
There you go,
Same
Andrew.
thing.
He was talking about him before the show.
Yeah.
Tell everybody about Malik Willis, Andrew.
Did you see him ball today? It was like, God damn.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. So he's another one. So what? He had to go in for Jordan Love. And are the Packers 3-0 as well, Andrew? Let's see.
2-1.
2-1. I'd take it. Hell, I'd take that being a Ravens fan, buddy. I'd take 2-1.
So, I would keep Malik Willis in the system when Jordan Love comes back.
So,
like,
well, I think we're kind of looking at a mini Brock Purdy situation here, Andrew. You bring a guy in and he does well, and then the guy comes back from injury. What do you do? Do you go with your momentum or do you put your guy back in? This is the dilemma, buddy. You know what? San Francisco stuck with Brock Purdy. What do you think there, Scott? What's your thought, buddy?
I think if you're got kind of a good, if he's been doing you decent, you put him back in because you don't want guys to think every time they get hurt, their job might disappear out from underneath them. Morale.
You make a fair other point there, Scott. That you can go with the hot guy, but at what cost is it doing to your starter? I wasn't really thinking from that angle. I was thinking quite selfishly, like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I wasn't thinking about what it was doing to the other guy.
Right.
Wow, there you go. Well, let's see.
Traditionally, with the NFL, the rule is you never lose your job to injury, but some guys just play lights out to where it's like you have no choice but to keep playing.
So
generally speaking, exactly. Great
that's
point.
why I cited the Brock Purdy thing because he came in.
Is slowly becoming that way. Like, I'm like halfway saying Jordan Love who right now.
See, exactly. Because when you're winning, when everything's good, you don't want to mess with it. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Jerry Lehane checks in and says, "Hi, sporty fans. How you doing, Jerry Lehane?"
Hey, Jerry.
Oh, it's been a bro. Go Steelers. Psych, fuck that. Let's see. There you go. The Steelers, you can't, they're one of those perennial teams, 3-0. So I can see why Clyde is happy. Good for you, Clyde. Be right there, guys, says Bone Loads, and he's here now. Hey, psych. And I said as much today that if the Ravens lost today, buddy, you go 3 games behind the Steelers, Bone Loads, you could forget it. Good luck catching that up, right?
Yeah, behind anyone starting off 0-3 is tough.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Kahooner from Happy Gosling. Bone Loads, you got the love from Scott Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
Jerry Lehane says, no filter, 200, 200, 200. Jerry the Shep, taint factor 9. Were you there for any of that, Bone Loads? I didn't see any of it go down last night.
I wasn't on panel when he was doing the waxing stuff, but I seen it. Yeah.
Wow. Did you see me? I don't know if you had a chance to tune in right before you jumped in, but I showed a little bit of Richard Christie when he got waxed back in the day on the Stern.
I did. I was watching some of it. Yeah.
It reminded me of that, like a ginger kind of getting waxed, getting everything waxed up.
Yeah.
Hey, Happy Gosling from the Big Kahuna Kahuna Nui. Matt says episode 200 was fucking awesome. There you go. Kahuna is getting the love from our friend Matt as well. What's up, Matt from Kahuna Nui? Jerry Lehane says, Psycho Manje Yamin, like something like crawling in front of your car at night. What the fuck? Oh God, smack my head, says Happy Gosling. Jesus, says the Big Kahuna Nui. And the lovely DJ Electrified checks in and says, oh, hey, sports fans, thanks for putting the maracas over the junk BF live. Hey, well, I did that for my selfish reasons as well, Electra. I don't want to get my page taken down or any of our pages taken off. How you doing this evening, girl? Good to see you in the chat. Jerry Lehane says, Richard never held back for the show. He was 100%. He's right about that, guys, isn't he?
He was always when I say he's my favorite, he really is my favorite, not just trying to do Richard.
Not just trying to do what his famous line all of the time. Everything was his favorite, right?
Yeah.
But literally, and I can see where you would think that, Scott, because like Jerry Lehane says, there's a guy he was all out for anything for the show.
Yeah, I liked all of his little stunt boy type stuff, and then he's in some metal bands I like, and
what's he up and doing the Tradio calls with Sal and everything. Yeah. Wasn't he in Iced Earth or whatever?
And Death for a little bit.
Yep. Hey there, Electra from Happy Gosling. Right back to you from Electra to Happy Gosling. Steam Powered Rocker checks in on the Andrew the Giant 96 channel, and he says, hey guys, what's good, Steam Powered Rocker? Welcome to Sunday night and welcome to the Sports Heads. Just doing our thing, hanging out with Andrew. Let's see, Electra says,
oh, sorry, Niners and Rams are in a good one right now, 24-24 with like a minute left.
How about that? So Brock Purdy playing
Rams have the-
without
or Niners have
George
the ball.
Kittle, Debo Samuel, or Christian McCaffrey, dude. Playing
Juwan
without-
Jennings going off, 3 touchdowns, 175 yards.
Wow,
Oh,
playing without all of those key players, man. So that's going to be a trick for him. Matthew
Oh,
says
yeah.
hello and hi, everyone. We say hello, Matthew. How you doing, bro?
Hey, Matthew.
Happy Sunday night on Sports Heads. Jared Haynes says Electra, Andrew 200 no filter shows last night. Jerry Shepherdini stole the show. Electra says hi to Matthew. Matt says hello to Electra and bones up. Matthew says Sports Heads is back. Fuck yeah. That means you know what's up. You know Sports Head from way back, Matt. What's up? Back to you, Steam Powered Rocker. Hey, Matt. Electra is bricked up. Hey, Electra, right back from Matthew. Electra checks in and says, Jetty, thanks for updating me. I was painting today hours ago thinking Electra has a sexy voice. And I would say to that, yeah. I would say to that. There you go. This is my favorite show to get sports updates too. Well, you getting the updates, you're getting it all.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
She's so excited. She says,
My leg is up in the air.
see, that's how sucker she is. Oh, thanks, Jerry. Happy Gosling checks in and laughing. Thank you. What's up, Happy Gosling? Whoa. FKC says Matt. Electra checks in with a most generous and colorful $10 super chat and says, 1st and 10, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it. Rah rah, sis boom bah. Thank you to the lovely DJ Electra. Electra says the Rams just tied up with the Niners. Bone Loads, is that what you got? We still up to date?
Yeah. They got
There
the
you
ball
go.
now, too.
Look at this. Electra's giving them. Look, Andrew, you call yourself the human sports ticker. We got the human
Yeah.
female sports ticker. She's saying it's 151
What?
left in the
You beat me
fourth.
to it.
That's hot.
Thank you for your acknowledgement, Electra. Well, Andrew says that's hot that you're into sports. Will John Jones fight again? Articulate John would like to know, Bone Loads. You're kind of our
Yes.
MMA kind of guy. Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
Wow.
Yeah. Just not
He's
sure.
been taking himself out with various personal problems, drug issues, and all kind of stuff, like just taking himself out of the sport.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Matt is saying psych 666. Matt
No.
also says bone loads bones up. Yes, Mr.
Yeah,
Andrew.
brother.
I want to open with this.
Oh, we're not open already? Okay, open up.
Like, I want to hear everyone's take. And, yeah. What do you think about the Dolphins trading for Bryce Young?
Who's Bryce Young? Where's he backing up now, buddy? Where's he at?
He is Carolina, and it seems like Carolina has washed their hands with him.
And don't they have Levis? No, the Titans got Levis. I got that mixed up.
Yes.
Carolina. Got my colors mixed up. So, so they have Tyreek Hill down in Miami. And what else do they have? I mean, if they could plug
Waddle.
like these. Who else do they have, buddy?
Jalen Waddle is Pro
Waddle,
Bowl
okay.
caliber. Yeah.
I was trying to think running back too. Like, do they have enough pieces that it makes sense, Andrew, to go out and trade for a quarterback? I think if you got enough pieces that you add in a quarterback helps. Yeah, I think it makes sense to do that, buddy.
They need to.
They need to.
Because Tua's done.
And you're spending a lot of money on Tyreek Hill, and what good's a playmaker if you got nobody throwing the ball to him? So
Yeah.
Tua's
You may-
done.
yeah.
Mm.
Andrew, I tried to get you going on. Yeah, I agree. Tua's done too, buddy. We talked about that a little bit before the show. With 4 or 5 concussions now, bone loads. It's got to be it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It just poor kid. It reminds me of Stan Humphries from back in the day.
Whoa, and that didn't
yeah,
end well.
Had to get a lot of, got a lot of concussions. And wasn't there another player that I'm thinking of? It'll come back to me.
All right, well, I'm gonna show you what's going on out in that Seattle game. Oh, I'm gonna show you. We were talking about here's what's going on in the Seattle game. DK Metcalf turned on the Jets for this touchdown. This is against the Dolphins.
Cover 2 look.
Ooh.
That little in and out
Burned.
move, that one step by Metcalf, making it look like it was going to be a dig route. That freezes Holland, and that's all Metcalf needs to
Excellent
run by
moves.
him. That one
Whoa.
step to the inside,
Yeah,
Holland squares
whoa.
his shoulders, take it over the top.
So that was today. So yeah, You got that going on in the Dolphins game.
Seattle pretty good, huh? 3-0. They're going to be 3-0 too.
Dallas scored again.
Uh-oh.
Did they?
What's the score now, Andrew?
25-28.
Time left.
Who's up?
Ravens.
Ooh, I heard that.
About 3 minutes left.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, that's too much time, man. Too much time. Ravens are going to do it again, man. They're going to snatch defeat out of the jaws of victory. Holy moly. I will point out that my Stream Elements bot is running Andrew the Giant solo channel, Andrew the Giant 96. If you click on that, you go right there. If you click on that one, you go to right to Scott Fitzpatrick. These are all clickable links running in the chat throughout the show. There's Bobby Nicks in the lounge and his YouTube page, Bobby Nick 1978. Electra says, Bone Lows just dropped out. I don't know if his cat knocked his setup down, but I'm sure he'll be back. That does happen from time to time. Always issues with the pussy, man. I'm telling you.
Good to see you, Electra. It's been a while. Been a minute.
Yeah, it has. I say. I think I see Electra's super chat. Did we see? Bone Loads. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, Bone Loads. It just went together. That's okay. Ooh, Electra says, Andrew, you're hot. Uh-oh. I say, yeah. What do you say that, Andrew? You're hot.
Let's make some friction.
Whoa. He's long and he's strong and he's down to get the friction on, Electra. Matt says UFC 309 is set up to be Jones versus Mike Miocic as the main event. We have to see. Bone Loads is our kind of UFC guy. We'll get him when he comes back in. Miocic. Let's see. The Stream Elements bots are running once again. Scott Fitzpatrick. Buckshot Kid checks in and says hello. What's up, Buckshot Kid? How you doing, brother? Buckshot Kid says hello, Scott, Bone Loads, and Andrew. All of us. There you go.
Buckshot.
Oh, hey guys, how you doing?
Pretty good. Let's see. Jay Kyle checks in from the Andrew the Giant 96 channel, says, what's up, Andrew? Glad I could catch a live stream tonight. Hope you are well, my friend. There you go.
Thank you.
There you go. Your buddy's checking in. And Alexa's laughing, which is a good thing. Buckshot Kid said hello to Stream Elements, so that's always nice. Don't want to forget Stream Elements. All right, Andrew. What other stories you want to get into? You want to just keep updating me when the Ravens lose? I guess we'll plug through the show a little bit. So let's do this, buddy. So are you turning into a WNBA fan, Andrew? Because you put a WNBA story in here. Let's see. It says the Aces A'ja Wilson becomes the second unanimous MVP in WNBA history, Andrew. So I never took you for a WNBA guy. Are you watching that more, buddy? Or you just keep up with the headlines?
I think that was Bones.
You think Bone Loads put that in? Uh-oh. Well, I don't see him backstage. We'll see. We'll double it up on this story. Uh-oh. Electra says excitedly, the Rams just won. Yeah, there you go. Well, somebody's happy their team won. There you go. Shout out to that. But yeah, we'll see if Bone Loads is up on this story. But yeah, it says this Aces A'ja Williams becomes the second unanimous MVP in WNBA history. What's up, buddy?
With basically no wide receivers.
Yeah.
Puka and Cup are out.
Yeah, Puka and Cooper Kupp for the Rams are out, and they won the game, huh?
That's just nuts.
There you go. If you don't have the option, if you don't see it, or if you want to give another way, our friend and moderator Matt over on Andrew's channel is running Andrew's PayPal link. If you'd like to give directly to Andrew and avoid some fees, you can do it that way. There's that link right there. Bone Loads is back in. He jumped back in. Would your signal get catastrophic or whatever?
No, I got a call from a friend that I haven't talked to in a long time, so I'm like, I'll just answer it real quick, just because I called him on accident. I was like saying something, and my Siri was like, "Okay, calling."
I hate that.
Yeah. So I just held it up real quick, and yeah.
We started off. I thought that Andrew put it in, but we started off with the WNBA story about the A'ja Wilson becoming the second unanimous player. So Andrew, he said it was your story, but are you find yourself following the WNBA more? Bone Loads, are you a big fan of it, or?
I've always been like a supporter, not like a hardcore watcher. It's rare that I probably actually like watch games, but definitely someone who's like pro WNBA. Ever since I was a little kid, my friends would laugh at me because I'd be watching WNBA games just
Really?
because it's basketball, still basketball. But yeah, no, definitely pro WNBA. I'm a fan. But I would definitely say with Caitlin Clark coming
Yeah.
into the league, my
Yeah.
interest has increased in it
Cait-
for sure. Yeah, I find myself watching a little more now, and
At
actually
least following the news stories more closely. I am.
Caitlin Clark is like the female Michael Jordan. I'm sorry.
Really?
She,
That's high praise, Andrew.
She is amazing.
That's high
she's already
praise. I
got
mean,
most assists in a season.
yeah, she's already kind of broken some records for a rookie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like you said, I guess it's a little more hype because of Caitlin Clark. I don't find myself like sitting there and watching. I'm really not a big NBA fan in general, but I don't find myself watching games. But it definitely is in our faces more than it used to be. And it says that the only other unanimous MVP was Houston guard Cynthia Cooper in the inaugural season of the entire league. Bone Loads.
97. Yeah,
1997. So yeah, you was I'm picturing young Bone Loads in front of his TV watching his little WNBA stuff and everything.
Yeah, Cooper was a baller. She was good, dude. Yeah, they won the first 4 championships, the Houston Comets, and now the franchise doesn't even exist.
So tell us the story, because I don't follow close enough. What ended up happening to the Houston?
Oh, just WNBA. They've just been hemorrhaging money ever since they've been in existence. I don't know if any teams even turned a profit at this point.
And that's been one of the criticism of the league, of the argument of why does the league even exist? Because I believe ever it's turned a profit.
Yeah. So I think money issues. They just folded because they couldn't afford it and couldn't get somebody with enough money to have like have it as like a pet project.
Yeah.
Speaking of WNBA, there was a massive fight in one of the games.
Oh way! Today or recently?
Girl fight.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Brittany Griner and some other.
Who?
Brittany Griner.
Oh dang! They're like you.
Any tick come out? Did a tick come out or anything?
Yeah, they're like. I know, like she's been through enough. What could they?
I'll punch you in your balls.
Yeah.
I'll punch you in your
Political
balls.
prisoner. Yeah, go back to Russia.
Yeah, I was in Russian jail, bitch. I don't take shit.
Yeah, exactly.
2 or 3 players got ejected, I think.
I'm not Oka, motherfucker.
One more time,
All right.
Andrew.
2 or 3 players got ejected, I think.
2 or 3 players got ejected in the big
That's a
WNBA
squabble.
fight.
23.
Buckshot said, WNBA, that's Bone Loads. And you're right. You're 100% right. That's all Bone Loads.
2 or 3.
Electra would like to know, was it the pussy Bone Loads? Was it the pussy that knocked
My
your...
leg
Oh.
is up in the air.
Oh, is that what knocked your signal out? I don't know. Let me see.
Oh yeah.
Electra says, I love that you're a WNBA fan, Bone Loads. They push it to the limit. Buckshot Kid says, Caitlin Clark should have been MVP. She's the one that has brought the most value to the league.
Great point. Yeah.
You make a, once again, I mean, we're kind of talking about making the same point, Buckshot, because if it wasn't for her and the fire that she lit under the league, buddy, I don't think that it would be on social media and in my face and in our face as much. So I don't know if there's a good argument for like a social media MVP, guys, but she would certainly be it because she done more for the league than seeing people play the game, Scott.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
you could certainly argue she's the most valuable. Yeah. On and off the court, that's for sure.
I got
Nice.
a question
That's awesome.
for you. I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Right?
What sports athlete has the best titty
Penis. What?
or
What?
pussy?
Oh
That's
my
the best
God.
what?
I got my pick.
What sports athlete has the best titties or pussy?
Oh my God. Wait a minute. Andrew just set up this question so he could name one of his favorite female wrestlers, I'm thinking. But Scott, you said you have a ready answer, buddy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it ain't
yeah.
so much. I mean, I've never seen her naked or nothing, of course, but I'm having trouble drawing a name. But as soon as the lady that played tennis, the blonde Russian girl that would go,
Oh, Kornikova.
Oh, Anna Kournikova?
That's her. Yeah.
Whoa. Not a bad one. Remember that, Scott, when they started doing that and,
Yeah.
you know, guys started paying extra attention, right? Bone
I
Loads? We were
started
like,
watching a little longer.
volley and serve, right, and all that stuff. And then after a while, it became a thing where they tried, the tennis bodies tried to mandate and say, hey, you guys got to cut down on the grunting. And I remember one of the, might have been her that said, this is just my playing style. I can't avoid doing that, you know? It's like, that's crazy. Yeah, I was trying to find that.
Man,
It was like, yeah.
Sound
Great
like
question.
orgasm. I think Ravens just put it away.
Oh, I hope so. Oh, there must be somebody playing tennis right there. You hear that?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Tough back
Buckshot Kid lets us know that Toronto is getting a WNBA team coming in a year or two.
That's awesome.
Electra thinks that is awesome too. Cool as well. Beach volleyball. I'm for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Female, of course. Beach. Wait, beach. You got beach already. Female. Let me say, boing, boing, boing. Electra from Buckshot Kid checking in. Hey, that's an old throwback. The old boings. Haven't heard the boings. Haven't heard the boings get thrown around in a while. Cyborg says Electra. Anna Corny Cornhole. There you go. Jerry Lahane was putting it in there. The Electra remembers the boing boing, and she's loving that. We got Papa Web 10 checking in, says, made it, just finished watching the Lions versus the Cardinals. Well, come on in. Papa Web 10. All
That was
right.
probably a good game.
Yeah, and we also had somebody ask a question in the chat about, they said that UFC, what's it, 309? Looks like it's being set up to be Jones.
Yeah. I forgot the other.
We had a
Oh,
comment.
like a loaded card, right?
Yeah. I was trying to remember. Oh, Miocic or whatever, right? There you go.
Yeah.
Miocic. I don't know how I was pronouncing it.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
it's official.
What's the
Ravens.
score, Andrew? Give me the final score for Andrew. Wait a minute. I'll give you a breaking news thing, buddy, and we can do this properly. Here we go. We'll do like a proper update. Here we go. And now with an update with the score, with the latest score, the final score from the Ravens and Dallas. It's our boy Andrew, the Human Sports Ticker.
28-25 Ravens.
28-35 Ravens.
28-25.
25. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then. 28-25. Yep. Almost snatched a defeat out of the jaws of victory. Let's see. Let me get back
On the road, too. That saved the Ravens season right there. 0-3. That's
Yeah. 0-3 when one of your biggest, the formidable teams, the Steelers, is 3-0, buddy. You know, you fall behind 3 games. Like you said, Scott said to any team, any team you fall behind 3, you're going to fall behind. But especially the Steelers. All right. Let's get into a couple more of these stories we got. We got into the basketball story. We got some NBA. Yes.
I got a baseball story that's pretty interesting
What is your baseball story?
from the Brewers.
Oh, well, wait a minute. We will get to baseball, Andrew, and I know you got a lot of gloat about because you put hella stuff in the Brewers mailbox. But before we get to baseball, let's finish off some football since we just got done talking about football, buddy. And remember last week we were watching the Bengals game. Before the show, you and I were watching the Bengals game on here. And remember the Jamar Chase had to be restrained by Joe Burrow?
Yep.
Well, he ended up getting, because Bengals Jamar Chase was fined $31,600 basically for verbally abusing the ref during that game, buddy. So remember, I think we said that he's going to get a penalty for some of this shit, right? Sure enough, he did. And that's the game we were watching. And he was like losing his shit. And here's the
McDuffie. What a matchup right there.
well,
He's upset, but McDuffie a great defense there.
We were watching that exact moment.
we were watching this.
Went back for a second round.
Look, because then he starts losing his shit.
That's a crucial penalty. They'll take
Look,
him out of field goal
now he's
range.
getting semi-physical. Look at Joe Burrow.
Alex Kemp had heard enough.
He literally pushed the guy away.
Coming back again. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike 15 yards
He
and the down count, so
he
it'll be third down.
literally pushed his ass away.
Yeah, he
Like,
did that, and that's good
he was-
leadership.
You hardly see that from a teammate.
Yeah, that's good leadership, right? Because then the other guy wants to push back. But I think but that cost him $31,600 to have that little hissy fit, Andrew.
Man.
Ain't that's some shit, ain't it, Bone Loads? I mean, I know these guys make a lot of money, but still, you got to write a check out to somebody that says $31,600. Damn.
We were no shit. We were watching that pregame.
Yeah, we totally were, buddy. So I saw that come up as I think we called it at the time. We're like, he's definitely going to get in trouble for that, buddy.
That's kind of cool moment there.
There, it is a cool moment. You and I are watching it together. We called it live, and it kind of happened the way we thought it would, Andrew. We knew he was going to get a penalty. So yeah, $31,600 for losing your shit at the ref. Andrew, and I want to talk about even Bone Loads and Scott. We got to talk about tonight's game, y'all. Okay, because all right, look, I know Kansas City's the champions, and I know you get to see the champions a lot on TV and all. But Bone Loads, Kansas City versus the Falcons tonight, brother. Has anybody been waiting to see that game? I don't know. Right, Scott?
No
what
way.
the hell?
Here's my
Dirty.
No.
How they do it?
I'm calling out upset right now.
All right.
All right. Oh,
You just made it
snap.
interesting.
Andrew
Just made it
saying the
interesting.
Falcons. He's calling the upset right now, Scott.
You just made it interesting.
Kirk and London going up for 2 TDs. Both
Wow,
of them.
you're not wrong. Kirk Cousins is starting to get a little rhythm down there with Atlanta. I was watching him some last week, but
Yeah.
you know, it's not like there's their big juggernaut team, Bone Loads, where they're like, oh boy, you know, we really got to get the Falcons and the Kansas City Chiefs game on TV, man. It's only because it's like Kansas City and whoever they would have played, they would have been on TV
Exactly.
tonight, right, buddy?
Yep.
Oh yeah. They just want Chris Collins to be able to talk about Mahomes.
There, among other things. Yeah.
I'm serious when I say this.
Yes.
I think Kirk Cousins is very underrated as a quarterback.
And I think his window is closing. He's got a lot of skills, Andrew, but yeah, he better win something soon.
They look good on paper. They got a nice team around them, you know.
Who you, Bob Levy? It looks good on paper. It sounds good on paper.
I love Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts. Let me see. We got some friends checking in, so let's catch up with everybody. We got some friends we ain't seen in a minute. Let's see. One great friend with a colorful super chat. It's been a minute for him too. It's Hack Ride, the
Hey.
demon himself. How you doing? Go Oregon Broncos, Scott.
Yeah, right
That-
on. Yep.
That's what I was just mentioning, bro.
Yep.
You got called the fuck out, Hack Ride.
Bo Nick is the next. I'm calling this out right now. Bo Nix is gonna save Broncos franchise.
Oh, I know Bono. Look, I know that. I know Scott and Hack Ride likes that. What's up, Hack Ride? How you doing, brother? Thank you for the $5 color super chat. Good to see you in the chat, my friend. And there you go. You're getting some Oregon love right there. The Oregon Broncos. And look, he said, I think you might be right, Andrew. They're due for a little kind of good luck out there in Denver, aren't they, Scott?
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
damn.
Because Russell Wilson really fucked them.
Yep.
Yeah, I never saw Sean Payton and Russell Wilson. That's like oil and water because Russell Wilson was very rah-rah and Sean Payton was like, just go do what the fuck I say kind of play kind of guy. You know, he wasn't no buddy like Pete Carroll was. I think that was a bad mix from the start.
Yeah, he did great today, Knicks.
Did
The
he?
whole team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
they went in.
I saw he got a
10
rushing
minutes
touchdown, right? He ran one in. Did he get more than that? Just the one rushing touchdown.
You know,
Not sure, but
Yeah.
to be honest, yeah, I feel like he threw one. Yeah, he had to.
you know what I'm really enjoying, even though he's a
Or no, they got a bunch of field goals. My bad, Andrew. Go ahead.
You know what I'm really enjoying watching, even though he's a Kansas City Chiefs? Number one, the new
David
wide
Bonney.
receiver they have.
Worthy. Yeah. Xavier Worthy. He's a fast kid. Yeah, he's
All right.
talented.
All right. So what's the over under on Taylor Swift camera shots tonight? 5 or more,
Oh.
5 or more, 5 or below. What do we think?
I'm going for
saying
the over.
You're going for the over for 5? I'm going for the over for 5 too. Especially if Travis Kelce gets a touchdown or a good catch or two. I'm going 5 or over, Boneloads.
I'm going under. Yeah, I'm gonna go with like.
Ooh,
I think she's like a
Boneloads
3.
going against the grain. He's going under.
3.5.
He's going. He's saying
3.5.
Taylor Swift will be showed less than 5 times on tonight's national game, Kansas City versus the Atlanta Falcons. Andrew, more or less than 5?
Have you seen concert footage of her sitting on a chair backwards?
Whoa, wait a minute. Andrew took this a whole nother way. Are you a Swiftie, Andrew? Is that what you're telling me? Are you telling the world you're a Swiftie?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, you heard it here first. Andrew's coming out as a Swiftie at least. Holy shit. Electro says, Shohei Ohtani made the 50-50 club a thing, Andrew. Talk about Shohei Ohtani, the double threat Andrew.
6 for 6 the other night. 3 home runs.
Stupid.
That dude is stupid good.
And explain to
Yeah.
everybody who might not, like our Bobby Nix or some people that might only watch sports every now and then, explain to everybody what 50-50 means, Andrew.
That's the first one in history, I believe.
It is.
What is it? Tell them what the 50s represent, my friend.
50 home runs, 50 stolen bases, my
That
friend.
is sick. That is sick. 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases in the same year. Electro knows what's up. She says, go Big Blue. We have Bender Rodriguez checking in from the Andrew the Giant 96 channel. Says, ouch, I farted too hard. It hurt my hole.
Nice.
You got to watch that. You
That
gotta
might have
watch
been a Jalen Hurts reference.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That is it hurts my hole. It's good.
But-
good advice though.
But
I also
we
say
did-
don't blow your nose when you're on the toilet too, because you might bust a gasket. What's up, Andrew?
Buckley went off today.
Yeah.
Who did?
Oh.
Big one.
Oh, Saquon. Saquon is killing it with the Eagles, guys. What do you
Dude,
think,
right?
Bone Loads? He's like a different running back now, isn't he?
Yeah. I thought he was done. I can't
Same.
lie. I thought he was
Same.
done.
I thought he was going to go just collect a check or something like that. Not really do, maybe just keep doing the same shit, buddy. But he is like a new player with the Eagles in the same division. That's crazy.
He is destroying defenses.
He
Ooh.
is, and he's doing good. And he hasn't caught up yet, but my boy Derrick Henry had his breakout game today for us, man. He
Yeah.
broke some real good runs, Bonos. Didn't you see him?
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, he had a hell of a game today.
Jacob sucked dick.
Don't hold back, Andrew. Tell us what you really think. Hackride says Ohtani is a guy who bet on himself. Hey-o. There you go. And Andrew, I mean, and that's just the threat he is behind with a bat, you know, and on the field. But this isn't even talking about him pitching, Bone Loads, right? And he hasn't been able to pitch because he's still recovering this year.
Imagine that when he starts pitching again, dude, and like throwing 200K a season, 20 wins with 40
Could you imagine if he
homers.
would have had like 10 wins under his belt? He would have been the first player with like 10 wins and 50-50. And he might do, he might do it in the future. But for those that don't know, Shohei Ohtani, when he's healthy, he's recovering from surgery. He's good at well enough to hit, but he's also a pitcher, much like Babe Ruth was. I mean, he's an anomaly, a once in a multiple generation kind of thing, Bone Loads, right?
So
Yep. He's just as good at pitching as he is at hitting.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter Green was a guy.
My favorite color. Oh, what do you got?
Hunter Green, the flame baller from Cincinnati, was a two-way player, but Cincinnati told him no.
Well, yeah, because I mean, these owners, they have
Makes
so much
sense.
money wrapped up in these guys. I guess they didn't want to, risk or overplaying a guy, and then you don't get nothing out of him. Electra agrees with Hackeride and says, "Yep, he bet to win." We have Papa Web 10 says, "Dang, I got to start changing people. 30K for complaining now. LOL. You got to start charging people. Yes, you do. You got to get some of them. Tell them you give them a discount rate. So I'll let you cuss me out for 20. Maybe that'll work. Papa.
Right? Like Perry,
Bender-
he's got the right idea.
Bender asks, Rodriguez asks, is Jamal Charles still playing, Andrew?
No.
He retired a long time ago.
He was a great Kansas City running back
Yeah.
back in like
Yeah. And he was picking up some odd jobs, with some other teams, but yeah, I haven't heard much from him in a couple years. Upset called by Andrew. That's right. You heard it tonight. The Falcons. Andrew says the Falcons are going to beat the Chiefs tonight on national television. You heard it here first. Phoenix should have won the Heisman, says our friend Hack Ride. Pop Web 10 says, putting my money on the Chiefs, not going to lie. I mean, I don't blame you. They are that team, much like the Patriots.
Yeah.
And they're that team right now. Ladies, he checks in from the Andrew the Giant 96 channel and says, the Houston Texans versus the Minnesota Vikings was unexpected. Same with Minnesota and the 49ers. Thanks for checking in, Lady Z. Caleb Scott's checking in from the Andrew the Giant channel and says, Caleb Sodi, I should say. I don't know why I said Scott. About the old baseball player name. Sodi, how you doing?
I put a message out on my community page. I was like, come on, let's light it up in the chat, folks.
Well, they're doing it, man. They're listening to you, buddy. Wow, high praise to the front lecture. Hagrid says, how about Bucky Irving in Tampa Bay, a new Barry Sanders? You following that, Boneloads? Bucky Irving?
Yeah, he broke off some runs today.
Yeah. And from what I've seen from Baker, I see Baker went 1 touchdown, 1 interception today in the loss against I think did he play? Yeah, they played But so that's pretty good. But I haven't seen anything about the running. Oh, Baker Mayfield, I'm saying, is playing much better this year, I think.
Oh yeah.
Better than
had a rough one today. Broncos,
Yeah.
I think they killed a lot of suicide pools or whatever, the survivor leagues today. I think a lot of people had Tampa.
Kayvon Thibodeau was a monster for the Giants today. Our friend Hackride lets us know. I'm just guessing that's an Oregon Duck, guys. Knowing our friend
Yes.
Hackride.
Something tells me.
I got an orange cat 2 Boneloads, and he waves his tail in my face every chance he gets. I say it's something about people that podcast and have cats. These cats know that you're not paying attention to them, or they try to get your attention, or like, hey, I want to get on the camera too.
Yeah.
It's something about it. They feel the energy. They're feeling the love and the energy.
Like,
Papa
what are you
Web's 10
talking
says, they always go way more than 5 over Taylor Swift. Okay, we got Papa Webb for the over. He's with the over. I was hoping it might wear off a little bit. This is our friend Mets checking in. Oh, no, Mets through Stormy and everything. How you doing, Mets? Good to see you. Justin's got the over. I'm catching up to those chats. Gotta love Andrew's take on things. On that says lecture. What is the other channel to get the live? I'm on BF Live. Just type in the letters BF Live, and that's where this show is emanating from. And Andrew is co-streaming the show that's coming off of my channel on his channel. Welcome, Lady Z. Gimme Beso says, way over for the Taylor Swift. They're going to cut to Tay-Tay whenever nothing is happening, says our friend Gimme Beso. Hackride says, more impressive jerking off 50 times in 50 hours. Let's see someone do that then. Then I'm impressed.
Andrew, you know what to do.
Lady Z figured out. She says, never mind. Put me on the mound. He says Electra. Josh is checking in on my channel saying Chiefs or Falcons tonight. You heard it. Andrew said it here first.
Andrew.
And look, I mean, it's the Chiefs win enough. Nobody likes to see one team win all year except for Bybee, right? Scott, fuck him, right?
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck him.
I knew I could get Scott Putnam
Someone had
on
to
that
say
one,
it.
man. I know good. What's up, Bybee? How you doing, buddy? I don't know if you're watching live, but you might be watching after the fact. How you doing, buddy? Hackride says Otani also generational, a degenerate. Yes. Yeah,
He's
because
not that bad, is he?
well, I don't know if he's alluding to his whole interpreter and the gambling and who might have been placing the bets for who.
Everyone knows he
You knew.
placed the bets himself. His interpreter just took the hit.
Well, I think that Hackride is agreeing with you reading between the lines because he says Otani also a generational degenerate, which means like a gambler. And then he goes on to say made Pete Rose look like kid stuff. Yeah, and Hackride, I think that he knew what he was doing, and I think that guy was probably going to be the buffer in this all along, Boneloads, if he was ever caught.
Yeah, you got to get a fall guy, right? When you got that much money or whatever.
Me no English. Me no nothing. No nothing, Joe. Know how to place bet.
Yeah, you know.
I don't know nothing. Yeah. He did that shit, Joe. Not me. Yeah. So I agree with that. What do you, Scott? Do you have any take on that? Shohei Ohtani's interpreter was arrested and charged and got in problems for gambling.
Yeah. They'll have a fall guy, kind of like Snoop Dogg and his posse. They'd have one guy that would carry the goods.
Good
you know?
point. Scott
No.
makes a great point. And some of these sets of people, there's an understanding that because
Entourage.
this person, the trickle down comes from this guy, that he cannot never take the hit, and there must be a fall guy. So, it could be that. I mean, we're all just speculating. These are all our opinions, but it does
Allegedly.
kind of seem like that on the surface. Hackride says, is Christian Okoye still playing? The Nigerian Nightmare. Oh, my
Nice.
goodness. That dude was a beast, Bone Loads.
Yeah, he was good.
Now, that's a Kansas City Chief I respect.
Yeah,
DJ Raji.
ran over Chargers a couple times.
Oh, my God. Yeah, exactly, because he was in your division, right, buddy? Or no, you
Yeah.
guys played. Yeah, he played in the West, in the AFC West.
BJ Raji.
Raheed, you're going back for a name.
BJ Raji, yeah, 09 draft.
Did you get my mound joke, Hack Rod? Mound. Yeah, she said mound. Yeah. Let's see. The Stream Elements bot says, thank you. Tip your waitress. Too many people are being bust like Love and Willems. Hot take, said our friend Lady Z. What do you think about the bust? Too many you talking about Caleb Williams? Let's see. Jordan Love and Williams. What do you think? What do you think about Jordan Love, Andrew? But for the injury, he was your guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
He'll be all right.
not only if Malik Williams doesn't take his job,
Yeah.
he might be sitting on the bench.
He might be sitting on the bench, and all of a sudden he will become.
Number two.
There you go. Maybe number 2. All right. Let's see.
But I don't see that happening.
Look at Matt doing his thing in the chat. Matt's on Andrew's channel, saying subscribe to BF Live. Thank you very much. And you might could say, well, what's BF Live? Well, BF Live is my show that I do every day of the week, Monday through Friday, from 12 p.m. East to like 3 o'clock East. And Scott hangs out with me. Sometimes Andrew joins me during the day when he's off. And it's like the midday hangout. We just have a lot of fun in the midday. So if you're ever around in the midday, check out my show, BF Live. Thanks for sharing that, Matt. Papa Web 10 says, I'll be back in a little bit. Won't take long, y'all. Okay. Let's see. We'll be here for you. Josh checks in and says, what about score prediction for tonight? Thank you, Josh. All right, Andrew. He says, okay, I hear what you're saying, but let's get down to some number crunching.
28-31 Falcons.
28-31 Falcons. Yeah, I would have to say and considering I know at least their first 2 wins were by 1 point bone loads, right? The Chiefs, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only game number 3, so I think both games they've only won by 1 point. Say that again, my friend.
Last minute
Or one score, I should
say.
Last minute field goals, right? Like last minute scores, and yeah. So there you go. So I mean, do you have any idea? I mean, you want a chance of prediction? I mean, Andrew threw one out there.
Yeah, let's say I'll go 27-24.
All right. 27-20. What do you think, Scott?
No
Man.
man, gosh, who's gonna win?
Mm.
Falcons. No,
Uh-oh.
Chiefs.
Well,
Chiefs. Sorry.
Oh, come on. All right, Scott. Well, Scott, I know kind of how you feel about the Chiefs, but let us know your unbiased prediction about tonight's game.
I'm going to stick with Andrew, and I'm going to go with a score of 28-21. Falcons.
Ooh, okay. Going like almost by a full touchdown. All right. I like it.
Nice.
I'm thinking, so my thinking is that Cousins he's susceptible to throwing 1 or 2 picks a game, typically. Cousins, if he gets too crazy. And the Chiefs are a team that they could probably take 1 or 2 from him. So I'm thinking the Falcons are probably going to get at least 1 from Mahomes. So I'm going to say 17-20. It's going to be like real close, like a field goal game, something like that. But I'm going to go Falcons too, because I want to see a game tonight. I'm going to see something different. So there you go. So there you go. We got the predictions for tonight. So Bone Loads has got
I'm changing my pick.
changing your pick.
I'm going Falcons.
Oh, shit. Wait a minute. Peer pressure works, y'all. Peer pressure is a thing.
I like
He wants to
change
be a
my
dirty bird.
Let's change my end score to 28-24.
Oh my goodness. I'm not writing any of this down, so we're just gonna have to go back and review the videotape. Look, it'll be safe enough to say that if the Falcons won, we might not have to get down since it ain't coming down for money. We won't have to get down to who maybe had the points right. We'll see if we have to go back on the videotape. But I guess you know what? I think it's really just saying that we're all hopeful for a game tonight, Scott. Like we don't just want to turn the TV on and see the Kansas City Chiefs whip up on whatever team is in front of them every week. That's boring. That shit is boring.
For real, I
Yeah.
probably would have just maybe peeked at it a couple of times and maybe cut at the end of it. But Andrew just actually made this interesting for me. I'm glad.
Yeah, I agree.
Scott will be up when that last snap or the last whistle goes off to figure out the game tonight. You're going to see the end of the game tonight.
I
Thanks,
forgot.
Andrew.
The Falcons have Matthew Judon.
Matthew Judon, that's a former
Really?
Raven, former
I mean,
New England
yeah.
Patriot.
How'd that happen?
He's been
signed
all
with
over the
them, or-
place.
Traded.
Oh wow, yeah, because he's
Yeah.
a game changer. That guy is good, dude.
He's like Darrell Reeves. He's getting all over the place, playing defense all over the place.
Yeah.
So there you go, Josh. I hope you like that, buddy. You got a hearty score predictions right there from all of us guys. No fear. And we even put peer pressure on Bone Lords to change his shit. and then next week, if it turns out to be true, it goes, see you guys, all three of you wrong. And you put pressure on me to change my shit.
No. I'm rolling. I'm going with you guys. We're right.
All
Yeah,
right.
we're in this together now.
We're just hopeful. We're hopeful. Scott reminds us the NFL stands for not for long. And you're not wrong about that, Scott. But they say the average player makes it 5 years or less. So the fact, and if you don't play, you don't stay. Shot, says Electra. Shot,
Right?
shot. She's ready.
Phil McCool.
What's his name? Shake his head, or Amy shake Andrew's head after he took the shot. Like they do it like in Mexico when you're like on spring break. You take the tequila shot. And they're like,
Lady Z has an opinion, says, and Caleb Williams can't fucking run or pass in pressure. There,
he did
Andrew.
okay today. Yeah, I mean, a little garbage, couple garbage time maybe, but he showed improvement today. A couple touchdowns and some chemistry with the other rookie. Yeah, I thought he did all right.
Yeah, well, that's what they're going with. When you just you try a quarterback for a couple of years, try him on for size, and he don't work out, and your team doesn't play well, you're just going to try out the next one for size, I guess. That's just kind of what they're doing. Hypnaudio stream checks in and says, yo, yo, yo. And I say, what up, Hypnaudio? Checking in from the Andrew the Giant 96 channel. We're just doing some sports heads over here. We just funning. Bone Loads, are you going to go to your first Big Ten football game this year? If so, what game?
Oh,
Thank you.
good question.
Thank you.
Man,
Big Ten.
right?
Let's
Is
go.
Ohio State coming to town or anything like that? That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that's another thing. Just trying to remember who's in the Big Ten this year that wasn't last year. Uh-oh.
Badgers.
Yes.
You
Ooh.
mean- we should
Are
go.
they coming to LA or what? Or is it-
Badgers. We should go to the big house.
that'd be awesome. No, yeah, definitely. We got to go to a game for sure. You'll be a rock star there too. All those college chicks will be like all over you. Dude.
The jump around.
Jump around.
How's that? Oh, they do like the House of Pain there. They all jump.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds cool.
When
Now,
like
you figured out exactly why he wants to go there. Yeah. College girls jumping around celebrating. I don't
like
blame you, Andrew.
70-some thousand fans jump.
Whoa. That's like 140,000 titties.
That would be cool to
That's
experience
a lot of
something
titties,
like that.
Andrew.
Like a college football atmosphere, like the big house where there's like 100,000 freaking people there, or something like a SEC, like like
Yeah, I've never sat among those big crowds. Like the only crowd that large I've ever sat in is a NASCAR crowd, Bono. It's like 100,000 people, like at Dover or something.
Well,
But yeah, that's got to be something to sit amongst like 100,000 people for your football. Or something. Andrew, this article is about Bryce Young, who you were saying that you think that maybe the Dolphins can think about trading for.
Yep.
Yeah, and that would be because what's his face, Andy Dalton. Bono, did you see Andy Dalton is killing it in Carolina?
Yep. I had a feeling too. He was balling today.
He's a guy that he don't have too much in the tank. He's an experienced guy. So but this is saying that he got benched finding the Carolina's week 2 loss against the Chargers, Andrew. But Andy Dalton's in there killing it, but he's an older guy, so I don't know. You think it might not be a bad idea to trade him. What do you think again, buddy?
Trade him to the Dolphins.
Trade him to a team that needs him, huh?
Or Raheem Mostert.
For Raheem Mostert. Oh, that's not bad. Little running back. That's pretty good balance, Andrew. That's not a bad idea. But yeah, that's the backup quarterback, and he's currently not playing now because Andy Dalton, the old quarterback, he is killing it there. We looked at the Metcalf play. Boneload, talk about Alvin Kamara, because this is a guy much like Saquon Barkley, where it looked like he was like losing a step or something, buddy. He wasn't that effective guy that he was, at least in my view. I don't know, you might look at it different, but it says that Alvin Kamara, he's off to a hot start, and it puts the running back in position for a lot of cash in this offseason, buddy. What do you think about Kamara?
Yeah, no, same thing. I wasn't that high on him going into the year. You know, a lot of people had him high like on their board for fantasy for like running backs, and I'm like, stay away. You know, I was like, buyer beware. And yeah, he's proven everybody wrong. The whole Saints in general, I think. But yeah, no, he's been awesome.
I think he'll re-sign with the Saints.
No?
Really don't.
Well, something I never realized is that he's never ran for 1,000 yards in a season. I don't think.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, crazy, right? Because you think of him as like top tier running back, and but if you don't run for 1,000 yards in a season, you're not never down back to me. You know.
That's a fantastic stat, bro. I would have never thought that. I would have thought, you know, he's this guy that you see on the Sports Center every week, like killing it. So is that where we got our perception that he's good because he just that dynamic kind of runner that we see on highlights and shit? That's crazy.
Yeah, and he's good catching out of the backfield too. So he does put on yards in the air, but still, as a top running back, you should be getting 1,000 yards at least, right? Like,
but it says
surprising.
He's had issues re-signing with the Saints, so that might not happen too smoothly. Even he exited out of mandatory mini camps this year, so it's been kind of tumultuous and everything. So, and I think for those reasons, Andrew, and maybe because he's playing good and he's going to test the free agent market, I kind of agree. I don't think Kamara will be a Saint after this year, but he's 29 years old now, so he's at that point, guys. It's like this is probably his last opportunity at an extended deal, Boneloads.
That's
a good point.
That's what happened to Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
He's got to make money, right? He's got to get that money and do what's best for his family.
He's old.
I get it.
He's old. So they pretty much.
Buckshot Kid lets us know there's no Buckeyes coming to LA. No Ohio State coming to LA.
Thank you.
The Dream Man checks in and says, Hoya. And to that I say bones up and 666. We got there, Scott.
We keep these for as good luck charms around here, but a Buckeye.
Oh, fucking hey, there you go. That's why we call him the prop master, folks.
Right.
That's why we call him the prop master. There's a reason Scott has that name. Shit comes up and he has it. And he pulled it. Dream Man checks in again and with the armchair emoji and says, hope everyone's night is going well. And he throws in the Slurpee. Thank you, brother, man. We're just hanging out with some friends on a Sunday night, just talking about sports. Hoya, Dream Man from our friend Electra. Hypnaudio says, Andrew and crew, thoughts on Ohtani's 50-50. Maybe you joined us a little late, but we'll touch on that again. Yeah, it's amazing. And we were talking about how he's really not even fully healed up to pitch yet and how he's not even all of the player he's yet to be yet. He hasn't even reached his full potential yet, Hypnaudio. Yeah, and it's amazing. 50 home runs, 50 steals. Apple Eater 12 checks in and goes, sheesh. Oh, come on. Sound like you're winded, Apple Eater. Just sit down, relax, enjoy some sports with us. Hoya Electra from Dream Man. Lady Z checks in and says, I can't believe the NFL made a Tua concussion highlight. That's crazy. The Dolphins need a new quarterback. Yeah, I can't believe the heart attack survivor gave someone a concussion. Yeah, and we kind of touched on all that irony last week of how, it was Hamlin that ended up kind of being the one that Tua ran into. So lots of weird injury irony, Andrew, and all of that.
Yep.
Was somebody's name Apple Eater?
Yeah.
I would sit here and ate 4 apples in a row. What's the chances an apple eater would come in here?
What the fudge? Apple Eater 12 is checking in on the Andrew the Giant channel and says, sheesh. There you go.
I got a funny 40 or 50-50 story. Jose Canseco tweeted, when Otani got 50-50, he said, "Congratulations to Otani," or whatever. He's like, "I was the first guy to get 40-40." 30 years later, he does it or something like that.
Wow.
Like 4 years later. It's
Oh,
just pretty
man.
funny. Like Jose Canseco had to put out a tweet talking about 40-40. I love that
Oh,
guy.
shit. Canseco's a nut. I know you've talked about him before. All right. Yep. So we'll see what happens with Kamara, but I don't think he's going to be a Saint anymore. We're gonna have to go where he's got some new shine. I don't think the old team's gonna, the shine's worn off maybe for the old team. Maybe they were thinking much like us that he didn't have much left in the tank. Let's check this one out. Andrew, let's talk about now. We're going to get into some baseball, buddy. You wanted to start talking about this story beforehand, and I said, nope, let's wait for the show, buddy. Talk about the Nats demoting their all-star C.J. Abrams after he did something. The Nationals had to demote a baseball player, Andrew, after acting. Tell everybody what he did to get in trouble.
Miss curfew.
Miss curfew. Was he out there getting womenizing and stuff like that?
Gambling at a casino.
All right, so tell everybody who he is. He's Washington National. He's a
Rising star. Could have been rookie of the year. Yeah.
Yep. And so he's doing what young men tend to do without any kind of a discipline. It says the Washington Nationals demoted their all-star shortstop C.J. Abrams to the minor leagues after he stayed out all night at a Chicago area casino, leaving only hours before a Friday game against the Chicago Cubs. I wonder if he was betting on any baseball games there, Hack Ride. Sources told ESPN's Jesse Rogers. This guy, Abrams, 23, led off for the Nationals and went 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout in Friday's game, which started at 1 o'clock Central Time. So he rolled out of the casino bone loads and went and put an 0 for in his game at his job. Can you imagine that, bro?
That's rough, dude. And he hasn't even got his contract yet either. He's still like under his rookie contract. Like you got to like wait till you're a veteran to pull some shit like that, you know?
Yeah, and that's what Andrew was saying to me. Like, did I think they kind of demoted him to kind of teach him a lesson or give him an example? I said, yeah, that's probably
100%.
absolutely why they did it. Because if he doesn't have that discipline to be a good ball player, if he's going to be distracted by that the writing's kind of on the wall, right?
Yeah. It wasn't performance related, that's for sure.
My dude thinks he's one of these old players from like the 50s and 60s where they can like go out and womanize all night. He's like one of these throwback guys.
Yeah.
And then leave the casino and go to the game and then like go 0 for 3 and like, what the hell? It's like shit. So, yeah, I guess they had to discipline him a little bit, Andrew. Send him a message, right, buddy?
Yep.
Exactly.
If you were the National Spotlight, would you have done the same thing? Or
Probably not. But I do like the
would
move.
Just release him.
No, because these are young players, all-star this year.
Yeah,
So
23, Andrew.
yeah.
That's a little, unless he already showed signs of this, like multiple signs of bad behavior. I don't know if I would have like released him. I'd give somebody 3 strikes, but yeah, definitely some discipline was probably important.
Yeah, I love the move. I wouldn't have thought of it. I think it's kind of genius, send the kid down, tumble his ass a little. You want to spend it all night in a casino. Let's have you taking bus rides to frickin' Sheboygan.
I humble you. I send you down to the minors and I humble you.
Or yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Callahan, Florida.
Callahan, Florida. Perry, when are you moving to Florida? You're going, right?
Shut the fuck up.
I didn't say Pono said it.
My bad.
Did you hear about the kid in A-ball? Yeah, it was A-ball that the kid was tipping signs to the other team.
No, Andrew, but what do you think about that as far as tip? Because look, the reason signs were made up is so you could communicate, I guess, but there's nothing saying that you couldn't kind of interpret those signs if you happen to understand what they're saying. So what do you think it's cheating, buddy, for tipping for signs?
Yes.
Yes, you seem a little hesitant about that. So you think looking at the other people and picking out their signs and figuring them out successfully, I don't know. I don't know if I consider that necessarily cheating. I think if you set up like a camera or microphones or something, or take pictures or something, that's more cheating. But if you happen just to be smart enough to figure out what these knuckleheads are saying on the field, bone loads, I don't know. What's your take on that, buddy?
Yeah, no, I'm with you, BF. I'm in total agreement. If you can crack the code and like figure it out,
Yeah.
it's kind of cool. It's like a cool part of the game, you know?
Yeah.
Right. And that's yeah, Scott,
Strategizing.
and that's a better way of pointing it. Crack the code rather than just blatantly stealing something. It's like Scott, it's like cracking a code.
Right. Yep. Yep. And
But,
that keeps them on top of their toes. They got to change up their signs and keep their
Yeah.
mouths covered and for
Yep.
lip
And you would
readers.
used to call sometimes you would call 2 and 3 signs, but you knew that only one of them was the right one.
Yep.
You know, there's all kind of ways to do it. Yep. What's up, Andrew?
The kid did it the other way around. He tried to give the other team the sign so he could just go home because
Oh shit.
Oh, that's treason. You got to hang
Yeah,
him.
right, Bonos. Good way of putting it. That's treason, right? Selling the enemy your own signs.
Yeah.
That's some
He-
treason. That's some
he
different
was
level shit,
like-
Andrew.
I want
Yeah.
to see. I saw a TikTok with this.
Oh shit.
That's kind of the
Interesting.
benefit too of getting a player from your rival team or another team. You get that maybe they have some inside.
Yep.
If I see some TikToks with good information, can I send them?
Of course. Yeah, and I think that's why, although you don't want to get beat by the players you trade away as well, I think that's why a lot of times, Scott,
No.
people used to make
No.
sure that if a player went somewhere, they didn't stay within your division because they didn't want you seeing them so often and knowing all their signs every time you played them.
This kid was drafted this year.
Green apple shits, electricists.
My belly's in a twist
The
right now.
kid I'm talking about was drafted this last year,
Mhm.
and I think his career is down the shitter
Mm.
because he's only 20 years old,
Yeah.
and the organization that signed him
Mhm.
released.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. It sounds like they cut bait when we get released that early, buddy. All right, I know you want to talk about your Brewers because Andrew, if you don't know, Andrew's a big Milwaukee Brewers fan. So the Brewers, it says they're about to celebrate their NL Central title, Andrew. And what did they do for their rookie, Jackson Churios?
Pull it up.
There it is. Tell everybody how old he is. He's 20. He's under drinking age. So one of Andrew's favorite team, the Brewers, it says they're about to celebrate their NL Central title, and they put non-alcoholic beer in a stroller for Jackson Churios. He's 20 years old. So beer bonos. This is how they handled the typical beer celebration. They gave him like Coors Edge, like this zero alcohol shit. He's got like a bunch of he's got like the sparkling cider, Scott. There's a bottle of sparkling cider, and the Coors version of near beer right there.
Love it.
And
Got
Andrew commented that the kid gets to celebrate too. Can't he's been a major part of the team. Can't leave him out, Andrew. Now, Andrew, do you think that they should like not have made a big deal about this and just snuck him some beer, buddy, or you think that it's better to do it on the up and up? What do you think, buddy? He should have had a little brew, right? Celebrate.
There's probably a way they could have.
Yeah.
They did actually dump full-on beer on his head, so
That's right. That's right. Oh, see, there's always a loophole, Andrew. They didn't tell him to
Right.
close his mouth when they were pouring for it. Yeah, right. Phone notes, right? They didn't tell him to close his mouth. That's cool. Let's see.
Eric the actor, if I would have opened my mouth,
Mm-hmm.
I would have
wanted in the mouth.
The Lady Z says the NFL's favorite players: 3, Travis Kelce; 2, Patrick the Frog. Oh, Kermie, I love you, Kermie. And number 1 favorite player, Taylor Swift, who has 0 passing yards, 0 rushing yards, and 99% of the screen time. That's a pretty fair assessment of the current NFL, Bone Loads.
Yeah. I don't disagree with any of that.
There you go, Lady Z. Hypnaudio Stream checks in and says, is it cheating to read lips, Andrew? That's kind of the point I was making. Is it cheating to use AI to read signs? For the signs and lips, I think it's a part of the game, right? That's what we were saying. For AI or banging the drum, the drum thing, yes, the Astros, if it's not against the rules. So that's kind of what I think that we were kind of talking around that point, Hypnaudio, that, we were saying if you can just happen to be lucky enough to break the code or read lips, that's good on you and bad on them, I think.
Yeah.
Papa Web 10 checks in and says, not going to lie, first stream I've been to, and I've been loving it. I'll definitely be at the next one. Much love to y'all. Well, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Papa Web 10. You're picking up what we're putting down. We're just regular dudes hanging out, talking about sports and chilling with cool people like you. So come back whenever you like. Scott Fitzpatrick says, look like Andrew is parked in quicksand. You're right, Scott. It has been like one of these kind of it has been good. He is getting lower and lower, Scott. You're not wrong. Andrew, come back, buddy. You can do it. And you can do it, buddy. We'll help him out of the quicksand, guys.
Have we discussed the new kickoff rules?
Just back up. No, but we can. Well, we're in baseball right now, Andrew, and then we'll get back to talking about that. Just back up a little bit. Backing up. Okay. Our friend Ghost checks in from the Andrew the Giant channel and says, Andrew is the best, and hello, everyone. I agree with that.
Thank you, guys.
Andrew is the human sports ticker. We do Sports Head because Andrew's love of sports was the reason we started this show. We would overtalk sports so much on other pods. We finally had to start our own sports show with Bone Loads. Scott joined us, and now you joined us too. Andrew, let's talk about the sucking of the Chicago White Sox and Bone Loads as well. The Chicago White Sox tie an American League record with their 119th loss, Andrew. Yikes. It says
19.
The White Sox are 36 and 119, and they match the American League mark set by the 2003 Detroit Tigers, who finished 43 and 119. One more defeat for Chicago over its final 7 games would equal to the post-1900 record for 120 losses by the 1962 expansion New York Mets. And 2 more losses would set a record. The 1899 Cleveland Spiders hold the overall Major League record for losses with 134, guys.
Damn.
So 36 and 119, Andrew, and they replaced their manager like earlier in the year, didn't they? They like fired him like months ago, I think. Andrew didn't do much good, did it, buddy?
Yes. No.
Didn't do a shitload of good, did it? Lady Z says, I'm 100% that the NFL has 80 cameras on Tay-Tay and 20 on the game. I'm convinced of that. I'm convinced of that too. Yeah, they definitely get off on the hype, and it's a thing, Bone Loads, because when I attend the Ravens game, the Kansas City games, when you can see like their fathers are bringing like their little girls, and their little girls are like, do you think we'll see Taylor? Like I literally overheard that, like going to Kansas City games. So yeah, it's crazy. Dookie Bowles
going off already.
The Chicago Whitecocks. Blackhawks. How you doing, P Balls? How you doing, buddy?
Blackhawks. Yeah.
Blackhawks. I like. Hey, you like them Blackhawks?
Yeah.
Black.
Being diverse.
That's old Richard Christie throwback.
I didn't mean to ruin your Richard.
No, that's quite all right. No, that's a Richard Christie throwback, man. I'm just having fun. Let's see. Are the White Sox a minor league team now? That's interesting, Hypnaudio stream. Bone Loads, I don't know if you, and maybe you guys have heard of this. Do you know that there's like a league of the football over in England? They play the traditional football, and they have like a losers league, my understanding. Whoever finishes last, they get kicked. They literally get kicked out of the fucking league.
Yeah, you can get sent down to like a lower league, and then you have to
the entire team gets kicked out of the league. That's some high stakes shit right there. That's some serious sports right there. When it's like, it ain't just like you lose and you go home and pack your shit and you come back next year, Scott. They kick you out the league.
That keeps teams from tanking, I think.
Bro, talk about some motivation. They're like, look, guys, we're just letting you know that whoever sucks the most, you going down to the next league down below us, folks. That is an incentive for your ass right there, man. Yeah.
Do you think they should do that?
I think it's interesting, Andrew. In a world of sports leagues that don't do it, I'm kind of intrigued by that whole. I don't know if I'd want to see it in baseball or football or every sport, but it does it makes interesting. It has to make those playoff games interesting. Bone Loads.
I think baseball, because a lot of times baseball teams just don't seem to like try that hard to like
You mean,
get out
like-
of the cellar.
Right. You mean like the Chicago White Sox that are 36 and 119? That would be a great example of Scott. Yeah. And then you trade them for like the best minor league team, right?
Yeah.
That that might be a good thing. That I'm telling you, that might put some asses in some seats and bring some interest back to like professional sports.
Yep.
Because man,
Wow.
now you've really raised the stakes. That's awesome. That might make it more interesting. Lady Z asks, did you see CJ Stroud have to grab Caleb Williams on advice because he wouldn't listen? I only watch football. I know that
Yeah,
Andrew
last
really
week.
is a big guy. Brown notes. What do you got to say that? Follow up on that.
Oh no, last week. You know when you do your post game like meet with the other team.
Yeah.
I think Caleb Williams was just extremely frustrated after the loss last week, and CJ was trying to talk to him, and he wasn't really trying to hear it. And he was like, "Hey, you know, like,
Yeah.
come on, man, like listen to me, like what's going on?"
Yeah. And you can see that sometimes, like Bonos, you make a good point. Sometimes you're just not ready for it. Like he might have been giving the best advice ever, but man, when you're wrapped up in the emotions of the game and all that
Wow,
stuff,
that-
I'm sure he meant well. But if like, man, I ain't ready to hear that shit right now.
wow, that
No,
was,
exactly. He wasn't trying to hear it at the
Yeah.
time.
What's
Yeah,
up, Andrew?
exactly.
Sound like
that
you're
was
updating.
amazingly quick. They tore down that field.
Where at?
6-0 Falcons already.
Whoa!
Told you guys.
The prediction is starting to come true. 6-0 Falcons already. They tore down the field. You're getting the highlights right here from Andrew the Giant, the human sports ticker, right here on the Sports
Oh.
Heads, hanging out with the boys.
Drake
What's up?
London with the touchdown catch.
Who was it again?
Drake London.
Drake
Wow.
London.
Nice, good for
Oh.
him. He's finally starting to come alive and
Well,
show
there you
some
go.
value in that high draft pick.
So that's the wide receiver for the new wide receiver for the Falcons.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, we'll have to see. I don't. You know what? That would make some of these more boring leagues and games more interesting, especially when it's a basement dwelling team and they either have to win that last game, Scott, to stay in the league they want to be in, even if it isn't like for a championship or anything. At least it gives stakes to these like lower ranking
Right.
teams. You know.
Yep.
Because I'm so like, man, we might not be going to the championship, but at least if we win this game, we get to stay in this higher, better league. So that might make some sports more interesting. Let's see. All right, Andrew, talk about you remember, I guess you know of Bob Uecker because you're a Milwaukee Brewers fan, right? So it's probably law. You got to know about Bob Uecker, right? Yeah. Well, I have this video because after the Brewers clinched, they involved Bob Uecker in their post-game ceremony. So here's some Bob
So cool.
Uecker. You know, must be in the front row, that guy from the light commercial and all that. Let's check this out.
What an example for us to be with every single day. Bob Uecker. No doubt. What an example
There you
for
go,
us to
Bob
be with.
Uecker. Quick enough. So Andrew's loving that his Milwaukee Brewers are in the
I love
playoffs.
that they pulled Bob down there, and Bob's just one of the fucking dudes.
Just one of the dudes. And here's what
Major
Andrew's
league.
bragging about. His Milwaukee Brewers are the NL Central champions, Andrew. So Andrew's going to the playoffs. My team is the Orioles. They're struggling to keep up. Either it's going to be win the division or not against the Yankees, or maybe be a wild card, Andrew.
They designated Kimbrel for assignment. got
Yeah,
rid
they
of him.
did. Yeah, they did. Because Kimbrel, yeah, he's been sucking it up. He comes in the bullpen and he just gives up too many runs. Yeah.
Oh,
Greg Kim, he's done. Greg Kimbrel's
yeah.
done. Yeah, they sent him
Bummer.
down. The hook. Remember when he was in Philly? Yeah, they see Spoilers is doing it. We're both doing it. God knows what's up. The hook. Yeah, and before the pitch clock bone loads, he'd stand there for like 20, 30 seconds sometimes doing that shit before he would pick up the pitch. So he did an abbreviated version with that in Baltimore. But yeah, Andrew's right. You were right. He got sent down and he's likely gone. The Falcons scored. Andrew may be right. Don't you? And Papa Webb and anybody else out here, you would be. I've been doing this show with Andrew for a couple of years until we went into hiatus recently, and you wouldn't be surprised maybe at how many times that Andrew was correct about so much of this stuff that we talk about, man.
I lost my eyebrows to him once. I ain't bet.
Yes, he did. That's right. He bet his eyebrows against the Packers game or whatever.
Yeah, it's the Packers game. Yeah.
Yes, it was a Packers game, and so Andrew and right, and Scott was so like questioning, boy, how could Andrew be so right and be so short of himself? Well, he's like, I'm going to bet some eyebrows against this shit because I need to be right as short about something as Andrew is, but it didn't work too good for did it, Scott?
Yeah, I remember. Also, I kind of was feeling guilty because that game. I don't remember who it was, but I remember Green Bay was the underdog by quite a bit, and I remember thinking I might be taking advantage of him a little bit.
It might have been Tom Brady and Tampa Bay. I think it was the Bays. It was. I think it was the Bays. I think it was Green Bay against Tampa Bay, and Brady was still there. I think that's why it was such a significant bet, Scott.
Yeah.
It was
Rodgers and Brady. Yeah.
Speaking of Rodgers is back, baby.
You think so with the Jets? What did they do? I don't know what they did today. What did they do today?
They played Thursday and they kicked ass.
He flat out destroyed the Patriots, made them look like.
Well, I don't know if beating the Patriots is considered kicking ass anymore nowadays, like it used to be.
Good point.
Really, you know,
Good
might be a changing of the guard. I think more than anything. Thanks for checking in, Brutal Pain. My bro checking in last night. Always checking in.
Hey.
Thanks for all the birthday love. And anybody that was hanging out anytime yesterday, Friday, or on Replayables, you guys made my birthday so awesome, guys. Thank you for showing up and just saying hello and super chatting because, you get a little older. Not everybody celebrates your birthday. Some years go by and you could hear the breeze blow by, but you guys made me feel special. So I just wanted to say thank you for that. We got the Falcons scoring. Brutal says, did you see Dallas with that comeback? Well, unless my boy Andrew reported me some shit, I heard that my Ravens barely eked out the win, right, Andrew?
They did. I saw it. Yeah.
All right. Is the arm dangling a personal attack on me? No bone loads. No, excuse me, Brutal Pain. I read the wrong B. No, because no, bro. I know that you kind of maybe injured yourself after Replayables one night. We're not making fun of you. Bob Uecker was great in Mr. Belvedere, says Scott. There you go. Going with the throwback on Mr. Belvedere.
That's funny that he said that because
yes.
I guess he was telling Artie or Norm about Mr. Belvedere, and he was like, "Yeah, he was like big time." Like,
yeah, I think I know I know what word you're avoiding saying. Yeah, big time homo, basically, or something like it, right? But
he used to ride the Hershey Highway.
Did he? Yeah, big bone smoker or something like that.
Worthy already has 3 catches on this drive.
Who does?
Worthy.
All right. Well, Spurksnake checks in. He says, holy cow, sports heads? Yes, Spurksnake. This is our second one back from the dead. We did this at 7 o'clock last Sunday night. So we're just hanging out, talking about our stories, favorite stories. Good evening, gents, from Spurksnake again. Brutal Pain checks in and says, the Ravens dominated the whole game until the fourth quarter. Brutal Pain. And that's been the problem this year, brother. The Raiders, they're not finishing games. I guess they're a younger team or Bone Loads and Andrew and all you guys. Let me ask you this. Because now we have the one less preseason game, and that means now even that the starters are even getting less time to potentially play and gel together. Do you think that the season has started out slow in general because of this?
Yeah.
Do you? Well, yeah.
100%.
I see everybody shaking their head, and my wife, we talk about this too. We're all 100% in agreement that because it seems like the teams are like not gelled or cohesive yet, Bone Loads, and they're coming out and then they're like learning shit like on these first few games.
Yeah. Like week 1 and 2 is almost like an extension of the preseason. Like you said, the teams don't have any cohesiveness. They're all playing like shit because none of the starters are out there.
Lots of teams, not just the Ravens, that had a donut after the first 2 weeks of the season or whatever.
Yep. Yeah.
Another thing they have to do is have the NFL regulate the field, man.
Yeah, we talked about that, Andrew, and they did say that they are setting up a committee comprised of professionals and players and some management people that are going to set a standard that will be apparently applied to all fields no matter where they play, and it will be measured against that standard. So if it falls short of the standard, like in Brazil maybe, where there wasn't a standard and Jordan Love got hurt, then maybe they'll refuse to play on that field or make sure that it's what they need it to be. So that's going to happen. Spurg says, the Ravens lost. Good. Hey, not another one. Come on, man. They won, you son of a bitch. They're 1-2. How you doing, Spurk Snake? Firm heterosexual fist bump handshake. Brutal Pain says, no, the Ravens won, but Dallas made an incredible comeback. And yeah, they got to stop doing that. They really have to stop doing that. Hypnaudio Stream says, I think this order is entertaining. You're one of them guys, huh? You're one of them guys. You're like, the more confusing things are, the better. All right, Andrew, let's get through a couple more stories here, buddy, and then I'm going to go watch some of that game myself, my friend. Talk about this Red Sox. I don't know who put this in about the Red Sox docuseries. Do you remember who put that in the hopper? That seems like an Andrew thing. Andrew, talk about the Red Sox. They're doing a docuseries about them winning in 2004.
Yes.
Coming to Netflix. It's part of a 20th anniversary celebration of the Boston Red Sox winning their 2004 World Series championship, Andrew. So I assume you're going to be watching this, huh? It got Big Papi in it. Baseball been very good to me. You played the baseball?
What? I have Netflix. I don't have Netflix.
We can give you a password, Andrew. One
Andrew
of us
got,
here.
Andrew got plenty of chill, but no Netflix. Damn.
We'll figure it out.
Got all the chill in the world and no Netflix. Well, there you go. Maybe somebody will pass you a code, or we'll hook you up somehow, Andrew. And maybe you too one day can see a docuseries. Anybody's interested in a 2004, 20 years already, guys. Doesn't seem like that long they've been obnoxious bone loads.
Dude,
With Boston fans. Because good, Scott.
Wait, was that when Kurt Schilling had the bloody sock pitching?
It was.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at Scott with the pool there. There you go.
Big Poppy, Manny being Manny, freaking Jason Varitek. I mean, well, who was the other guy?
Major fights.
Johnny Damon, I think.
Yep.
Damon. Yep.
Man, that team was loaded when you think about it.
Yep.
Best rivalry in sports.
Who lost?
He must have, his signal just went totally away. That must have, somebody cat or somebody must have hit it. Let's see. As a first timer in this stream is great. I should have saw this earlier. That's okay, ladies. Welcome to the family. That's all good. Welcome. I'm glad you guys love what we do here. Let's see. All right, Andrew. All right, so you're going to be happy about this. Let's do one more baseball story. I know you're big on fastballs, Andrew. You love, every time we talk about baseball privately or on the show, you love guys that can throw heat over 100.
Yep.
You love it. Andrew loves that shit. Come on, Bone Loads, come back in, buddy, because we're going to, after a story or two, wrestling, we're going to pull this train to the station, buddy. Here, so this says, this rookie, Andrew, what did he throw? Do you remember the number?
105.5 mile an hour.
Right, and they rounded it up on the radar to 106, buddy. It says the Angels rookie Ben Joyce just threw the fastest strikeout pitch in the pitch tracking era, Andrew. 106 heat.
When they throw that hard, do they last long? I mean, their arm. Like
well, you know, well, somebody says, funny you say that, Scott, because one of the comments says, Bro's elbow is going to be a science experiment.
Right.
Soon. And Andrew, typically the guys that can throw harder and longest, what type of, they've had something done to their arm, haven't they, buddy?
Tommy John.
Fucking Tommy John, Scott. And I don't know your question about longevity and if they're going to blow it out is great. And I'm wondering and thinking this guy might have already had it, bro, or although he's a rookie, but we've done stories on here that that a lot of guys have gotten it when they're high school and college players.
Yeah. It's like they want it now.
Yep. It's almost a rite of passage, and there is a lot of thought and theory, and I think it's been proven, Andrew, that these guys can throw this consistent heat, Scott, like you were talking about. They can throw this heat better and longer period of time in their life when they have the repaired tendon in their elbow. I think that's what they have found. Yep.
How did bounce back? No,
not yet. JJ was insane and Aaron Jones went crazy, says Lady Z. Minnesota Vikings fan here. All right. Brutal Payne says his arm is going to be done by 30. LOL. Hey, Peter checks in from the Andrew channel, Andrew the Giant channel, and he says, hey to Andrew.
Hey,
They got those metal cup sockets that are better than the bone now. Yeah, Brutal. We done the stories on here. They actually drill through the elbow and pull the tendon through, tie it in a knot behind like the plate so it doesn't come through again. It's crazy, bro. Yeah, let's see. Gimme Beso says, I just looked up. Well, what's up? Well, there you go. You just looked up, and here we are. You just looked it up? All right. All right, Andrew. We got a couple wrestling stories left, buddy, and then we're going to pull this train into the station because we've gone a little further than an hour and a half tonight, but we're having fun doing it. Talk about Lita, one of the former ladies champions in the WWE, buddy. Well, she had made a controversial statement recently. What do you think about this?
Would you like to see this?
Well, it's always good to explain to our folks that don't know the story, buddy, what we're talking about. So it says Lita says she wants to see the titles eventually lose the men and women's labels and be available to anyone to win. In a sport where a lot of the endings are predetermined, Andrew, what do you think about this statement, buddy? Since it's your story.
No need to.
No need to?
Get them armpits.
Scott's got the pick game. Oh yeah, and I heard that you got New Girl to show her.
Oh
picture.
yeah, and
I heard, Scott.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you approve.
Yeah.
Did you tell her about your whole criteria?
Yeah. She got the rundown.
Good.
I like the knockers.
Whoa, wait a minute, who's Lita's or New Girl?
New Girl.
Holy moly. Shout out to the lovely New Girl. I'm going to throw them a little plug in here if you don't know what they're talking about. New Girl is quite an attractive English lady who's teaming up with my friend JJ Dabbles, our friend, and they're doing a show called Drag the Waters podcast. They're going to do it Thursday at 11 a.m. East, and they're going to talk about the differences between the UK and the United States, our culture and all of our stuff together. But like Dream Man says, torpedo titties. My goodness, she wore her most generous top on her appearance on BF Live promoting that show the other day, and much on your show, right, Andrew?
Yeah.
I owe her and JJ Dabbles a huge thank you for last night. They helped me push me over 500 subs last night. They got
Scott, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know how aggressive you are. I don't know you get too many hours on your page. I don't know how soon you'll monetize for hours, but there you go. Congratulations to Scott Fitzpatrick. Awesome, man. All of our people are getting their 500. For those that don't know, 500 is a good plateau where you can get into like the early monetization if you're interested here on YouTube. And it's a nice kind of a benchmark of success here on YouTube. So congratulations on that, buddy.
Keep doing Keep doing the shorts, man. You'll be like me.
Yes.
I hope to one day.
Tell everybody your favorite saying, Scott.
Walking.
That's right. You'll see Scott walking in video. That's what he does. So if you want to get your kind of vicarious through Scott exercise in, his links running in my chat, the Scott Fitzpatrick channel on YouTube. 100 miles an hour is 146 feet per second. And that's a more you know, because I didn't come here to do math. From Gimme Bezos. I hope there's not a test later, Gimme Bezos, but thank you for that mathematical information. They need to repair my arm that way. I can throw even stronger chops. That's right. Go ahead, Andrew. Oh man, wrestling, here we go. Brutal's psyched, he's ready. He says Lita is talking out of her ass. Steve Nelson checks in from the Andrew Giant channel, and he says Andrew the Giant. We got them torpedo titties. We saw those. Dream Man checking in. It was a good time. Hey, Peter checks in and says, that's crazy. It hinders the females and essentially eliminates women from being able to play. So I guess this comes down to the believability of, is it plausible to think that a woman is going to beat a particular guy on a particular match if they do proper matchups, Andrew? This is my problem with Orange Cassidy. The wrestler is that Scott's laughing. It's like he's a skinny jumping around the ring, jumping hyena. He's a rope guy, son of a bitch. But then he gets wins over guys. Guys got to wrestle down to him that are 350 pounds, Andrew, and act like that Orange Cassidy beat them. So if they, whether it be men or women, if they have to make the matches more believable. And I don't know if people would allow themselves to believe that Lita or one of these women like actually took down a guy. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But it is all predetermined, so nothing's impossible. Papa Webbs checks in and says, all right, I'll see y'all next stream. Until then, take care. Well, take care. Comb your hair and don't forget to change your underwear. Papa Webbs 10. Thank you for being here tonight. Have a great week. Thanks for joining us. Give me a base says 100 miles per. Oh, we got that one. Did you raise that again? You know, wrestling is my shiz, says Brutal Pain. Some independent companies are doing this with women versus men, and it's already fair. It's already fair to be a ratings, showing to be a ratings dropper. Fans don't want to see this, according to our friend Brutal Pain. He says, I'm 360 pounds, and my favorite opponents were 150 guys. LOL. We could have a real psychological match. See, that's the one. See, and Brutal. So when you got to take a L to a dude like that, I mean, maybe you love the game that much, bro. But when you're watching it on TV, Scott, it's like you see him like this guy's got this other guy by 200 pounds. No way he should be beating his ass so thoroughly, right?
Right.
You got to make it more believable. You know, you got to make it. It just has to be more believable.
Patrick Mahomes interception.
Yes.
And as we stay on air live, Andrew's prediction is slowly coming true. So I want to pull this train into the station real soon so I can catch up with some of that and see, because me and Scott will be up watching to the final whistle tonight. Go Sports Head says the lovely Stormy checking in tonight. Stormy is a sports heads from way back from when we were on the Shuley Network and even before that. Let's see. And only the end is predetermined, Bobby. Understood. Yes. And that's what I'm saying, bro. So you're like, so people go in there knowing that. So they go, okay, well, Lita's going to win. But if she wins against a guy like you, if people are going to like really want that and go for that is what I'm questioning, I guess. Steve Nelson says, love the lives, everyone. Glad I found the channel. Well, thank you, Steve Nelson. I can tell by your chat that you are watching currently from the Andrew the Giant 96 channel, but the show is emanating on my channel called BF Live, so check me out sometimes too. We have lots of fun. Bone Loads is back from being back. Where you? Come on, Bone Loads.
Hey, sorry about that, you guys.
We're gonna pull the train to the station real soon, buddy. Brutal Pain says, I would never take a L to a man that size unless it was unbelievable. And that's the art form, as I would make it believable by the end. That's the point, buddy. Like, because we're TV sometimes, they just show Orange Cassidy jumping around before you know it, he's won, and he didn't really apply no set of moves to make it believable. Phones up. Stormy from Brutal Pain checking in. Stormy says, like the stream, everyone, and show some support for the channel. Thank you. It was great to see Hack Ride in here and Electro Super Chat me and all the support we've gotten so far. Brutal Pain says, I would love to literally use a genius brain and work my ass off to make Lita believable. And she would have to use weapons. Yeah, exactly. Brutal Pain is getting the love right back from Stormy. Steve Nelson says, will do. We'll check back in sometime. Dream Man says, the only way she would have a chance is if she had a break. And Dream Man is brick the fuck up. Brutal Pain says, don't trust AEW as being true wrestling. It's different than the nature of what pro wrestling has always been, says Brutal Pain. Well, there's so many. You got TNA out there. They're still living, bro. Like every time you think TNA's in the ashes, they stay around. Jason Bardo X says, I didn't know there was sports heads. Hell yeah. Yeah, Jason. We've been kind of this is our second Sunday in a row, bro. We've snuck on and kind of done sports heads at 7:00 East. So look for us here if you do. Hi, Stormy from Matt.
I think my prediction is looking pretty awesome.
Nice.
Give us the update score, Andrew. Tell everybody the Chiefs are playing the Falcons. What's the score, buddy? And who's got the ball?
7-0. And the Falcons have the ball right now.
Fucking A, man. So Andrew gave Scott and all of us even more reason, or gave us a reason to watch the game tonight. Because unless you thought you were going to sit in front of the TV and watch the Chiefs win another game, Andrew's feeling something different tonight. So we'll have to see if it happens. Brutal Pain says, oh, there you go, Matt, getting the love from JBX, Bones up. And thanks, Jason, for checking in, saying what's up to everyone. Brutal Pain says, I did TNA wrestling before. It boils down to this. You have to tell a story in the ring, and that's what the fans pay to see. And yeah, I miss all the good storytelling. And when you seen somebody getting their ass beat, outside the ring, there was a reason for it. And it's set up like the next couple of matches, BP. I like that. All right, Andrew.
This guy was a wrestler?
Yeah, Brutal Pain. Brutal Pain is my friend from the Perry Caravello live chat family, Andrew, and he's going to be featured with some many other people like Chris Abels and Bob Levy and Gina Levy in the Wild Western movie from Perry Caravello Live, Andrew. This is a wrestling dude and a celebrity in your chat, and he's my bro. There you go. So let's see. Matt getting the love from Jason Bardo X. Ladies, he says, I'm back. A question. The hot take on sports. I'm back. Come on, we'll throw it out there before we get off the air. All right, Andrew, you threw this one last wrestling thing in here. This is our last item tonight, and it asks everybody, which era did you start watching wrestling? And so it goes back to the early Triple WF era. You got the Hogan era, the Golden era, the new generation, Attitude, Ruthless Aggression, the PG era. You got the reality era, new era, thunder era. Oh, they got all kind of names for the eras, Andrew. What is your take on this, buddy? Your wrestling era.
Ruthless Aggression is when I started.
Ruthless Aggression. So that's kind of like halfway through the list they got here. All right. And then I think, Andrew, from talking to you, I would say that the Attitude era is your favorite era. Is that fair to say, buddy?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. Every time we talk wrestling, you're Attitude era guy, big time. Let's see.
That's why I respect AEW so much. Because
explain that to Brutal Pain for somebody that you're a fan of the AEW, and maybe he's skeptical about it.
It's exactly like AEW.
AEW is like what though? Is like the old NWA stuff or the
Attitude era.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you have made that point before. And Andrew, Brutal Pain, Andrew is a big aficionado. He likes color matches, right, Andrew? The blood matches.
Not like too much blood every match, but like when needed, like during cage matches, when people get hit by weapons.
Yeah, it's got to be done right. Not just, look, you son of a bitch. Not just when they fall on the floor or something and all of a sudden they come up because they cut themselves. If they, like Brutal Pain says, if they tell a story and do it right, then maybe it'd be a little different. But me, I was watching like right about at the golden era, like just before the golden era, Andrew. I was watching like NWA and stuff. So I'm a earlier guy. How about you, Bono? Do you have a recollection of what your first or favorite era was?
Yeah, definitely when in the 80s with the Hulkster, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking, yeah, that was like my first.
Yeah, brother.
And Ric Flair, those.
Oh yeah.
Guys. Yeah,
I love to hate him.
Ric Flair has been in all those eras.
He is one of the guys that's been around for a lot. He's been in and out of both companies for a lot of it. Steve Nelson asked, what's your channel again, bro? I'll sub right now. And I threw a link right out there to show you. Click on that. There is my BF Live link right there.
Macho Man, that's another guy. Sorry, to throw him out there.
Who's that?
Macho Man, Undertaker. He's kind of like late 80s, early 90s, right? Yeah.
Brutal Pain checks in and says the Attitude Era with Stone Cold, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, and The Rock. Hey, you son of a bitch. Let's say
that was fire.
Brutal Pain. Which ones did you meet?
Ooh. Good question. Andrew has, tell him who you know, Andrew.
Guess who followed me just the other day? I woke up to this over the weekend.
I saw, but tell everybody.
Matt Riddle followed me on Instagram.
Matt Mofo Riddle from the WWE. That was tagged up with Randy Orton for a while there before kind of shit blew up and he kind of hit the stuff again, I think. Matt Riddle's having some substance abuse issues from what I hear.
Can I say something?
Yeah, it's your show, so that's kind of the point here.
The only reason why Matt Riddle is not with the WWE anymore.
Because he followed you.
Drugs are buying.
Dana White has vendetta against him.
But really, Andrew, to be fair to Dana White, Matt Riddle was already kind of messing up before Dana White was in charge of the company, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, I think his problems were before that happened the acquisition.
Yeah, I think it probably comes down to pain management issues, and then he was riding high with Randy Orton, probably maybe doing more and having to do more shows than maybe his body could, Andrew, and he seems like he got hooked on the stuff. Brutal Pain says, I like AEW, don't get me wrong, it's just different. There's my link once again, as well as my friend Echo Pineapple's link is running there if you're interested in the pineapple. You can check out his page. Brutal Pain says, I would guarantee he likes AEW because it's more wrestling based. WWE is more story based. Yeah, and Andrew has a weakness for both. You know, he's definitely, he don't let go of his WWE, but yes, he is more of a AEW guy because he thinks it reminds him of the Attitude Era. Brutal Pain says, Hulk Hogan changed the game with Vince McMahon. They made wrestling international. Yeah, bro. They pushed that whole the territories. They made that thing of a past.
I gotta hook up with this dude. Maybe I'll be able to hook up with some of the legends and we could have him on a podcast.
All right, maybe Brutal Pain. He's a bro. We'll see what we can get into. Ric Flair is the GOAT. My man is right. There you go. Got the Ric Flair right there. I love me some Ric Flair, and he was so good at what he did, Bone Loads. I love to hate him. Like, I always wanted to see, I always hope he lost, and he was just so good at what he did. And then at some point, you get that turn that happens, and you go, okay, I see what's going on here. And then he comes out there, you know, just strutting and shit, and then you just love it if you're a wrestling fan. Just funny shit. Woo, there you go. That's right. Ric Flair drip goes. Whoa, and then Scott bails out. That's right. You know why he bailed out, folks? Because even though we're having fun, it has been 2 hours on a Sunday, late Sunday kind of night here on the East Coast. That'd be 9 o'clock here, but it's fun getting together with y'all. Brutal Pain says, I've met almost everyone in the business. I haven't got to meet Slayer yet, but I've been talking to Conrad Thompson, who's a friend of mine. We are setting that up. Well, BP, if you ever have any wrestling friends or connections, or anything, bro, you know, we wouldn't mind talking to you and them on the Sports Head sometime. Brutal Pain says Matt Riddle fired for acting a fool, being fucked up. LOL. He might have got his job back, but they signed with the UFC, so now he don't have a chance. So he's kind of backing up what you said. We kind of both were right because he fucked up before UFC owned the WWE, and now he agrees with you, Andrew, that it's probably going to make Riddle's problems even harder to get back in the WWE because of Dana White.
Yeah, you got to keep your nose clean, man, in the under that brand for sure.
All right. Brutal Pain watches it all. Our friend Steve Nelson has been a bro tonight, and he says, I'm all subbed up, subbed to No Filter as well. Good shit. Well, thank you, Steve Nelson. That's right. You know what? You're a part of a new chat family and a great orbit of shows, bro. Andrew does shows. He does No Filter on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. He's always doing pop-up live stuff on there. I'm on 5 days a week. Scott does shows. Bobby Nick does shows. Always some fun and some friends to hang with, Steve Nelson. I love to hate him. He did his job. LOL. That's right. Meet Flair yet? I have not met Flair yet. I would like to. Capri Sun checks in and says, hey, Andrew, from the Andrew the Giant channel.
I met Jacob Fatu.
That's right. You know the Fatus, right? Jacob Fatu.
I would like to meet Roman.
All right. Roman Reigns. That'd be good. All right, Andrew.
Well,
like I said.
Stance today. My bad to interrupt, BF.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Roman Reigns felt,
at one of the football games, he was wearing a Chicago's jersey, I guess. So where was that today? Darn, I'm drawing a blank. But yeah, whoever Chicago. Oh, Indianapolis. But yeah, Roman Reigns fell into the stands. He fell out of the crowd and onto the field today, just on accident. Probably
really?
So much fun.
Well, we'll have to see if we can get that video for the next time we get together for the Sports Heads. But this has been 2 fun hours, y'all, and it's exactly 9 o'clock straight up here on the East Coast of the United States. That's mean it's 6 o'clock for my boy Bone Loads right there. And I think it's 8 o'clock for my boy Andrew. What's up, buddy? Any last words?
Brutal Pain, do you have any social media I could hook up with you and talk to you?
He's on Discord. I'll send you Perry's. Join Perry's.
That's right. We'll get you hooked up, Andrew. I don't know if BP. I don't know if you have Twitter or X, buddy. I know we follow each other on Instagram, but I don't know. I got him on Instagram, Andrew. But we'll hook you guys up. Brutal Pain and Andrew just made new friends because Andrew's a wrestling head.
Honestly, I would like to work in the wrestling business if it's possible, potentially, because I love the wrestling business I always have. I've always been standoffish to approach someone because obviously I'm disabled and can't actually fight. I wonder if I could do something not in the fighting world, but still.
Andrew wants to be in announcing or management. Right? You want to do some wheelchair wrestling? Come on, son, bitch. All right, Andrew. Well, I'm gonna put up the last couple of comments. I'm gonna give you the last couple. Give you the last word. Let's see. What's up from Justin Fletcher checking in on the Andrew the Giant channel. BP checks in and says, I met Jacob Fatu in New York. Let's see. Brutal Payne says, Roman is Hulk. Today's Hulk, mark my words. Brutal says, I'm on X and IG, Andrew, so you can find Brutal Payne 518 on X and IG. Brutal Payne also says, man, you are definitely smart. Don't worry about your disability. And that's, see, you got it, Brutal Payne. And that's another reason that we feature Andrew here, because people are kind of affected by their own limitations in their mind, but Andrew is not.
When I approach Triple H for that?
Wow, Hunter. Good luck getting a hold of Hunter. Let's see. Capri Sun checks in and says, Andrew would wipe the fucking floor with Roman. All right, BP, buddy. It's great hanging out with you yet again tonight, my brother. I think I'm always saying this to you. Thanks for all the birthday greetings and the love and everything, and hanging out with me on Replayables tonight in the box above me. Bone Loads, any final words you have today, my friend? I hope you have a great rest of the week, man. It's good getting together with you tonight.
Yeah, thank you. No, it's so much fun. I'm so glad we're back doing this again. I can't wait till the next one, you guys.
We sure are. I think because of Andrew the Giant's channel and all the buzz and the love Andrew get, and amongst our other family members too, people are kind of picking up Sports Heads for the first time. And also, we're glad to have you all here. Andrew, any last words from you, our host and the human sports ticker, sir?
It's lovely to be with you guys on Sports Heads.
Give them your plugs, buddy.
I have Instagram, which I've been using a lot fucking more. I've still been using X, but mainly I use video outlets. And Brutal Payne, my Instagram is AWeezy95. Follow me and message me.
It's AWIESE, right?
95.
95, that's it?
Yes.
I'm typing it in on Instagram.
And
all right, I just put it in the chat, buddy. AW right here.
Yeah.
There you go. And that's how you get Andrew. And if you can't find him on social media, you can always find him here next week on Sunday, 7 p.m. East, right here on the Sports Heads. So with that, folks, I think we're going to pull this fun train into the station. So with that, I want to thank Bone Loads for jumping in again. Scott, he kind of totally dipped us. So thank you, Scott Fitzpatrick, for joining us again for the Bone Loads. Stormy and all of our old friends in the chat family, thanks for joining us. And for Andrew the Giant, Bone Loads, and everybody saying peace and love. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. Let's go see if Andrew's prediction comes true, that the Kansas City Chiefs get beat by the Falcons. Have a great week, and we'll see you the next time we see you right here on the Sports Heads. Good night, everybody.
No.
See ya. Let me run the closer, Andrew. Boom.
Close.
Wrong closer. Son of a bitch. Bye.